From Pottsgrove Senior High School, PCTV Network Sports presents Pac-10 basketball. Tonight is the boys, Pottstown versus Pottsgrove. Good evening, everyone. This is Dave Reinauer, joined by Tommy McGee, and we're christening the new gym here at Pottsgrove. And Pottstown comes off a tough weekend. They went 0-2 with a lot of new faces out there for fourth-year coach Cal Benfield.
Well, Dave, you're absolutely right. Both teams come into tonight's game on the opposite end of the winning spectrum. As you mentioned, Pottsgrove 2-0, Pottstown 0-2. But you throw the record books out, Dave, I believe, when you get two neighborhood rivalry schools like these two, baptizing a brand new gymnasium as far as league play tonight is concerned, it should be an exciting game. Both teams have similar game plans, so it's going to be interesting to see how that materializes.
Now, Scott Palladino had a heck of a year last year. He starts his 10th year this year, and they start out 2-0 with two big wins in their first weekend. They see some names that are familiar, Gibbs, Golston, names like that, Dayon Doctor. So they have some guys that have that experience to play in the Pac-10.
Well, they not only have the experience, Dave, coming off two wins, as I mentioned and asked Coach Palladino, there are two 4A schools they beat in Great Valley and Westchester Henderson. That's going to help their AAA points totals going forward. But Coach Palladino is not looking for points as far as accumulating for playoffs. He's looking to get in that Pac-10 Final Four, where 3 times might be a charm, where you could take home the bacon this year.
Well, it's going to be an exciting night. It's a playoff atmosphere as we christen in the new gym here at Pottsgrove. Stay tuned for more right after this.
For over 50 years, O'Donnell, Weiss, and Mattei has helped our clients resolve a wide variety of legal challenges. OWM Law provides legal representation to clients throughout southeastern Pennsylvania. Our attorneys and our highly trained support staff utilize the latest technology and resources available to satisfy the needs of our clients. O'Donnell, Weiss, and Mattei, delivering the highest level of professional service.
So I want to take this opportunity just to let you know that Chestnut Knoll at Home has 2 offices, one in Phoenixville and one in Gilbertsville. We offer part-time and full-time positions. We have a 401k program that goes into effect 1 year after your employment. We also offer paid time off. We offer flexibility of hours and the fact that you're out there making a difference in someone's life.
The feeling that they matter in this world, especially the elderly. I think they're so overlooked sometimes, and if they don't have family members, and you might be the only person that touched their life that day with a smile.
Flexibility is great because I'm a college student. I'm meant to be an RN, and they work around my schedule really well. I give them enough time to when it's going to change, and they put in for me. I have no problems. And that's a great aspect to the company as well.
Single mom, so I could still see their sports, still be there for dinner, still be around on the weekends, still pick up a couple hours here and there, but ultimately ended up just making this is what I was supposed to do, work in home care.
Want to know who walked in your door while you're not at home? Zarstar does that. Zarstar offers complete remote monitoring and control of your home security. Can I manage all my properties at once? Certainly. One app, one location, and Zarstar does it all. Save energy by remote controlling your thermostat. Zarstar can do that. Complete home monitoring with interactive control through Alarm.com. Security systems tailored to your specific needs. Zarstar Security, serving the Tri-County area. Locally owned and operated. Call Dave Zarnecki for all your home and commercial security needs.
For Potts Grove, we have Golston, Kearney, Dr. Gibbs, and DeCurtis. That's the 5 for Scott Palladino's gang, coming in at 2-0. And Malik Brown, Shamir Edwards, Brandon Tinson, Aaron Diamond, and Corey Hall are the 5 that Cal Benfield's going to put out there to start this game off. Again, this is the first Pac-10 game of the season. They do have 2 non-league games under their belt. Pottstown lost to Central Bucks South 76-39, and also to Central Bucks West 75-60. Potts Grove knocked off Great Valley by a deuce, and they also beat Henderson High School by 24.
Yes, I mentioned in the pregame, Dave, those 2 4A school victories for Potts Grove are going to help their point total. I'm looking at both starting lineups. Neither team is very intimidating as far as size, Dave. I assume both teams are very athletic, quick. Pottstown, very, very small this year and very inexperienced, whereas Potts Grove, on the other hand, as Coach Palladino says, this year we have something that he's not had, has been lacking in the past, and that's perimeter 3-point shooting. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops.
Well, they've always been a team that likes to use a lot of players. Coach Palladino likes to run a lot of guys out there. They like to play 94 feet. We look down there, Golston was certainly a player last year. Dayon Doctor, Louis Gibbs was that valuable 6th man last year. He is now in the starting role. And of course, DeCurtis and Kearney will round out the 5 for Scott as they get ready to tip it off here moments away from our first game of the 2015-16 season against Dave Ridenour, Tom McGee, bringing you all the action here on the PCTV Sports Network.
Now, Pottstown, their game plan, they want to push the ball and try to spread Potts Grove out. That's not a surprising tendency for Pottstown. They've always been known as a transition type of offense, very athletic. Well, Potts Grove, on the other hand, wants to keep them in a half-court game, which surprised me a little bit because Potts Grove is equally athletic and more experienced. So let's see what happens here, Dave. It's the start of the 2015-2016 Pioneer Athletic Conference, the final year of the Pac-10, Dave, where next year it'll be the Pac-12 with the addition of Upper Merion and Norristown Area High School.
And there's the opening tip, won by Pottstown as they try to get a layup right off the front, and that's a good strong move by Hall. Corey Hall draws first blood off the opening tip.
Very nice execution off that tap play. Pottstown executed extremely well, finished the layup.
That's number 3, Golston out front. That's 5, that's Kearney. There's Golston, likes to take it strong to the hole. Gets that first one blocked and a good rip by the young sophomore, Aaron Diamond. But there's Golston showing that quickness. And we have a whistle here somewhere along the line. I'm not sure what happened there.
No, that came from the other side of the court here by this near official, Dave, and apparently someone stepped on the line. Potts Grove will inbound the ball underneath their own basket.
Nazir Golston, he's a senior, he's 6'1", solidly built kid as well. That's number 5, Kearney. He's got the white headband on, gets it back out front. And that ball gets blocked. Good play by Malik Brown.
Yeah, Luke Gibbs that time, it looked like he had room to penetrate up the lane. He pulled up for that elbow jumper. Great defensive play by Malik Brown.
Pottstown playing man-to-man on the inbounds play. They try to get it back inside to Golston. That's Gibbs. Good matchup inside as he takes it strong, draws contact. There's our first foul tonight. I believe that's going to be on Shamir Edwards, number 11.
That was on Shamir, Dave, and I thought Shamir had great position. It looked like he just did not beat number 3, Golston, to the spot and got the body contact foul.
Golston a little strong with the first one as these guys are a little pumped up here as this game gets started as the new season.
Yeah, Dave, these kids play together probably all year round, so there aren't going to be many surprises as far as personnel are concerned.
That's Brown, number 0. He's handling the ball. You see, Potts Grove likes that 1-3-1 trap out by half court. There's the bomb from the corner. That comes off the back iron. Tip inside, put back no good. Another rebound inside as Trojans are hitting the offensive glass. Just can't get it to drop. There's a little leak out there by number 5, Kernow. Kernow scores the first bucket for the Grove.
Dave, that's what will happen. Pottstown had 3 opportunities after the initial shot, and they packed it in, went to the offensive glass, and that allowed for number 5, Kernu, to leak out, as you mentioned, for the breakaway.
That'll be Deion Doctor's first foul on the reach. Got a little lazy. He plays that point position in that 1-3-1. You can get a lot of steals, a lot of breakaway layups going the other way from that point spot. But that 1-3-1 has been good to Scott Palladino's gang over the last few years.
And he mentioned to me before the game, Dave, he wants to implement both his 3/4 court, half-court traps out of that 1-3-1, and he feels as though Pottstown's guards will have difficulty seeing over the traps.
They call a little travel there inside on Shamir Edwards. He's checking it out. Number 32, DeCurtis, in the ball game as well. Gives him some size inside. DeCurtis is listed at 6'3". He is a junior. Straight man-to-man. There's Golston, likes to take it to the rack, and there's Diamond from that weak side defense to come over to block the shot.
That's 2 block shots, I believe, already for Pottstown. But they turned it over at the other end, David. And here's the block, and you're gonna have to watch number 13 there. He timed it beautifully, hung in the air a little bit, Dave, and Diamond made a nice play on it.
Pottstown with an unforced turnover at the other end. That doesn't make Coach Benfield happy. There's one of those bombs. Tinson does a nice job grabbing the rebound, and there's another breakout for Hall.
Pottstown is really hitting the offensive glass, Dave, early in this ball game.
There's Gibbs with the left-handed pop and drop. Nice square up by Louis Gibbs.
I think what Pottstown might want to try to do, Dave, is not play up tight as they are man-to-man. Give a little bit of space. If they hit it from the outside, well, then you get tightened up. But they're getting beat off the dribble.
They look for a little back doors. Corey Hall was crashing in along the baseline, but the pass from Diamond just a hair high.
Dave, I don't know if you're keeping these stats, but it looks like Pottstown has 5 offensive rebounds and 4 turnovers. And that doesn't balance out.
There's Doctor out front. There's Gibbs. Gibbs with the first 3 ball of the night. Louis Gibbs, that valuable 6th man, now has 5 of the Pottsco's 8 points.
It's like another foul or block. They're going to call a foul, looks like, Dave.
Yeah, it's going to be on DeCurtis. We're going to do the best we can. We can't see from our vantage point down at that other end of the court, Pottstown's offensive end, so we'll do what we can for you here. That's going to be a foul on number 32, Nick DeCurtis, his first.
Now, I was blocked out a little bit. Number 15, Luke Gibbs. Dave, have you ever seen a left-handed shooter that can't shoot? Or left-handed? They all have beautiful strokes, follow through. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous thing to watch.
And Malik Brown gets in the book. 8-5 is the score now. Pottsgrove up by 3.
Dave, I think what we have to realize, Pottstown's coming off 2 losses, but those 2 losses were 2 of the favorites in Suburban 1. They're big 4A schools and against the CB schools, and again, that's a very, very challenging opening tournament for Pottstown. But you can tell it's toughened them up. They're really playing confidently right now, it seems.
Well, they're 2 for 2 from the line there. As there's a shot by Golston, that goes long, and a good pull that time by Corey Hall. Corey Hall looks to push the ball. He tracks it down, Gibbs with good hands, and he knocks it out.
Now, Corey Hall that time went behind his back on the dribble, but that was needed to do because the defense shut off his penetration lane. He wanted to maintain possession of the ball, went behind his back and did so.
There's a pass inside to Diamond. He looks to dish off, but again, good hands by Golston as they knock that ball out of bounds. Pottstown will bring it in underneath their own basket with 4:26 to go in quarter number 1. There's a good fight for the basketball. Good look inside. Good defense. Oh, they're going to call a foul.
It looked like contact from my vantage point, Dave. One thing I'm impressed about Pottstown, that time Malik Brown. Yeah, now watch Malik Brown here. Beautiful cut to the basket. They call that diving. There's contact front and behind, so that's a legitimate call. Let's see if Pottstown can continue their proficiency from the charity.
Well, Malik Brown is now 3 for 3. Cuts the lead to 1 as we have a substitution here for Pottstown, number 24, Larry Winco, fresh in the ball game. Pottstown does not have a deep bench. They dress 8 people. So they're going to play a lot of minutes out there, and Malik Brown continues his excellence from the stripe, where he's a perfect 4 for 4. We are now knotted at 8.
I think if Pottstown continues to shoot well from the free throw line, take their time offensively, and force Pottsgrove, even though they are proficient from the outside, don't let them penetrate.
Ooh, got away with a little bit of a push there, but they let him play. And there's a rebound by Hall. Hall has been very active here in quarter number 1.
The 32 that time, Nick DeCurtis was fortunate he didn't get called to the charge.
That's a good job of Tinson sneaking in there for that offensive putback. A little strong on the glass. Again, Pottstown getting a lot of second and third opportunities. They just can't finish at the rim.
And Dave, you're right, and I was going to mention that. Rebounding is going to be a very, very integral, important part of this game tonight. Pottstown is really battling. Not big in stature, but they're getting good position. They're challenging Pottsgrove inside, and they jump extremely well.
Shamir Edwards with a good job of defending there, caused the turnover as Pottsgrove carried the ball or traveled. That's Brown out front. That's Winco fresh into the game. Little give and go to Edwards. Edwards with the step back, no good. There's that offensive window again, but that's that travel call when you go down to the ground.
Yeah, that's hard to get away. The only thing you can possibly try to do there, if you set yourself falling into the ground with possession of the ball, try to pass it out because you're going to get called every time.
Gibbs handles the ball up front, trying to get something going offensively. There's that double screen at the top. That's going to be an illegal block inside. Yep.
Referee had that right as it happened, Dave.
Yep, that's DeCurtis. DeCurtis is out there trying to muscle guys up and set that screen almost like a football block, if you will. And that's going to be number 2 on Nick DeCurtis here early in the first quarter.
Similar to that illegal pick that turned out to be legal by Maragos in the Eagles game Sunday, Dave, on that run back. All he had to do, he didn't have to touch the guy. If he did, it would have been blocking the back, but he just, go ahead, you're not going to get him.
Again, Pottstown gets it to the rim. They just can't finish inside, but they continue to work hard on the glass and get second and third opportunities. This time, number 24, Larry Winco, will go to the line.
Boy, they're really challenging. I like their mentality. I like their mindset. Take the ball to the hole. We're quick. We're not big. We're not going to post you up, but we're going to try to spread you out and push the ball up court and try to create opportunities and bang the board. And Pottstown's game plan so far has been on target.
And I think Coach Palladino might get stuck by that. That's DeCurtis' 3rd foul already here in the first quarter.
Geez, I didn't realize that, Dave, but he should have been out. If that's his 3rd, he should have been out maybe after his first, early in the first period.
Well, at least after the second that's for
definitely,
sure. Yeah. He's a young junior, 6'3", gives him that size inside, and Winco does a nice job as Pottstown is now 6 for 6 from the stripe, and they go take their first lead of the ball game at 10-8.
And with Nick DeCurtis out in foul trouble, Dave, it's going to even out the rebounding scenario for the Trojans.
I'll tell you, I really like Shamir Edwards' game here. Very athletic and very excited here in the first quarter.
Well, now here you see number 12, that's Tinson. Here's the give and go. But watch, oh, beautiful, beautiful block by Edwards. You're right, Dave.
And again, there's Corey Hall, who also has been very active here in quarter number 1. I'll tell you what, Edwards and Hall have been very, very active to start this ball game.
Dave, they're not playing like a team that's 0-2.
But a good strong take coming back by Nazir Golston. He now has 3 as Pottsgrove cuts the lead to 2.
Dave, you can't give that baseline. Pottstown's giving that baseline too much.
There's a new 3 ball for Hall. Hall coming out on fire. He now has 7 of the 15 here in quarter number 1. That's going to be a foul out front, and probably a good foul on Malik Brown there as he got beaten to his left. Gibbs did a nice job of beating him off the dribble, caused that foul on Malik Brown.
Dave, it's early in the ball game with a little over 2 to play in the first period, but Pottstown looks far from a team that's 0-2. They're playing with a lot of tenacity and a purpose.
There's a bomb from the outside, and again, there's Corey Hall with a rebound. Looks to push.
It's a walk.
Nope, that's a blocking foul.
Okay, I was wrong. I'm a little bit farther away than that official was at this point, David. He got away with it.
Then don't start calling it. Don't start calling it now, Tommy.
I can't not call them at this point in my life, Dave. I've been calling for 50 years.
That's why you got all those technical fouls when you were coaching, that's for sure.
I lost track of those.
Oh, Hall comes up a little short on his first free throw. 15-10 is the score. 1:49 to go here in quarter number one as Hall is a little strong on two. There's Dale Doctor. He's got to start imposing his will inside. Good strong take that time by Dargan. Dargan is on the board with a deuce fresh off the bench.
And no one stopped the ball coming down court that time.
That's going to be a foul on Louis Gibbs. Louis Gibbs got beat on baseline, and Pottstown doing a heck of a job attacking the basketball.
And a beautiful backdoor cut. And there's no question that the number 15 that time for Pottsgrove, Lou Gibbs, went up and foul number 24, Wingo.
Winko's doing a nice job. He's now 3 for 3 as Pottstown has made a living from the charity stripe here in quarter number one as Pottsgrove is already in the penalty. They have 17 fouls. Pottstown only with 2. And that one rims out and Doctor pulls down the rip.
Now, Coach Palladino, his defensive strategy, Dave, was to try to force Pottstown into a half-court offense. So far, that has not been the case.
That's good defense by Timpson there. Beat him to the spot. Doctor takes it strong, but that's going to be number 2 on Shamir Edwards as he comes over for the block.
Dave, one thing that's I've always tried to impress upon my players, try to get good defense position. You don't have to block every shot. Get position, just put your arm up. When you fly with your arm swinging, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get called for a foul.
Doctor makes his first point of the night. Pottsgrove is now 2 for 3 from the stripe here in quarter number one as Aaron Diamond checks back in to get Shamir Edwards. Shamir Edwards will sit the remainder of this first quarter with 2 fouls, and Doctor goes 2 for 2.
Now, Dave, I would really look to try to break down this Pottsgrove defense. Pottstown's already in the 1-1, and we're not even finished the first period yet.
Corey Hall comes up a little short with that one. There's a little breakout for Pottsgrove. They find Kern now, but again, Pottstown very active under the boards. There's a 3-point bomb. That's a little short. Aaron Diamond comes down with the rebound. The young sophomore looking for a guard, find a guard. Again, if Pottstown can make those inside shots, they'd be up by 20. There's Larry Winko really doing a nice job.
Yeah,
he's got 5 off the bench.
And he's really taking strong to the bucket.
18-14 is our score here, as both teams had a little problem scoring in their first game over the weekend, but that's not the case here tonight. Pottstown leaks out again. They try to catch Malik Brown.
No.
You see the play inside, Coach?
Yeah, watch this. Number 10, I've got to watch Debbie here, our camera person. Oh, she hung in there and got the play. Congratulations, Deb. Hang in there. We knew you were tough. Dave, I don't think anyone wanted to see a half-court Princeton-type game tonight. I think they're going to be disappointed because it's like usually it's one pass and a shot here for both teams.
Well, that's Winko very active again inside. Right there's Corey Hall, who's played well. And that'll do it for quarter number one as the Trojans really come out strong, up by 4 as we take a break, getting ready for quarter number 2.
An orthopedic institute is more than a name. It's a unique care model based on quality and compassion. Decades devoted to research and clinical trials, the development of new surgical techniques, and physicians who outperform the field. What you get from our institute is more options and more answers. For your orthopedic care, think Rothman first.
New office and 7-day urgent care now open in Limerick.
Getting ready to start for quarter number 2. Pottstown came out strong, led by Corey Hall with 7 points in the first period. Also, great contribution off the bench from number 24, Larry Winko with 5.
And Wingo's, he's added a spark off the bench, and that's what every team needs. You need that 6th, 7th man to come off the bench, as you see us down here in the far corners of the brand new, beautiful Pottsgrove Senior High School Gymnasium.
We're gonna have to talk to Gary about our seats, though. They don't have us up there in the front row, though. You know, we gotta work on a better vantage point. But everything is nice down there. Gary Dorenzo helped to design the floor. I know he's very, very proud of what they've done here at Potts Grove. They've added some bleacher seats behind the one basket, which makes it fun for the kids to sit and have some fun there.
Absolutely. I think it brings spirit when kids can identify themselves with the team as their personal cheering section.
Yes, good call by the official. Yep. Kernu tried to pump fake, but he drug that foot as Pottstown ran a couple of guys at him.
Well, he did the right thing, Dave. He ball faked, and you saw 2 Pottstown players fly over him. But he shuffled those feet.
Yes, he did. Yep. Oh, again, Pottstown getting to the rim, but can't finish off at the rim.
Now, Wingo, he's done a great job at 5'10", getting to the basket. He's left 2 or 3 short, but it's not as a result of lack of effort.
There's Nazir Golson. He was a honorable mention All Pac-10 player last year. He picked a lot of experience up. He likes to take it strong, too. He's got that good body where he can get to the rack. Good dish by Doctor, and Golson now finishes off. He now has 5 as the lead is 2.
Dan Doctor made a great drive as Pottstown scores within 4 or 5 seconds. And
Malik Brown really has done a nice job at that point guard position.
Yes,
He's
he
taken it strong to the goal. Pottstown's up by 4, 20-16, just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. And that's a good take by Golston, even though Tinson had good defensive position.
But Golston's got a physique on him, a very strong kid. He gets it that deep against a much smaller player. He's going to score every time.
Diamond gets good position inside. They just can't get the rebound there as Doctor pulls it down hard. And here comes Golston again. And nobody stops the ball, but fortunately for the Trojans, the ball did not go down. Here's Brown again. Oh, bounce pass inside. Tough one to catch. There's Tinson with a bomb. He's way off. There's Winko inside. Larry Winko, I'll tell you what. He has done a heck of a job off the bench.
Early game MVP right now for the Trojans.
Only a sophomore, too.
And you can tell Tinson's still feeling those football muscles because that shot missed by about 5 feet.
And there's an air ball for Potts Grove, and the ball will be going down the other side.
Of course, guys like you and Coach Pennypack, Coach Mick, they never wanted to hear that football muscles. No, it's not football. Well, you've got to realize that you use different muscles, different sports, and it won't take Tinson many games, though, to get his basketball legs under him.
Well, if you look at those guys in the NBA, I don't want to hear anything about muscles. Every one of those guys, except for maybe Kevin Durant, are all studs. They are specimens.
You have to be this pro sports anymore, Dave.
Potts Grove back in that zone there, and there's a travel by Winko. He got a little excited with that when he saw the opening on that baseline. Shuffled his feet. Good call by the official as number 23, Anthony Brown, is going to get his first shot at the ball game. And Anthony is a freshman.
Always nice when you can put a freshman in to a varsity contest, Dave, because the future is very, very bright. When you can play a freshman varsity basketball as a freshman, you're some athlete.
Potts Grove running that little man offense there, and there's Juwan Goldsmith. Juwan Goldsmith with a good, strong take to the basket.
You know, what's Goldsmith? Pottstown's doing this too much, Dave. They're giving the baseline up. Now, see how much room he had? And there was no weak side help except the player that came down to block the shot, not to take the charge. I think Pottstown might look to go some zone here, Dave, because Potts Grove's getting the hoop every time. On the other hand, so is Pottstown.
22-21 now. It's back to a one-point game. The Trojans still up by a penny. Cal Benfield's going to take a timeout as he wants to talk to his troops with 5:18 to go here in the first half. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back with more Pac-10 Hoops right after this.
I want a professional heating company with heating and cooling service plans.
A company that considers my needs.
I want the security of price protection plans.
Along with 24-hour emergency service and heating oil delivery.
I want comfort.
I want Ollard Brothers.
Ollard Brothers, still family and still local. Ask about our America-friendly and environment-friendly agri-fuels, bioheat, and biodiesel.
When it comes to heating
and the environment,
there's only one choice.
Thanks, Ollard Brothers.
We're back here at the new gymnasium at Pottsgrove. I guess there's no name for it, Tommy. I don't see a name anywhere. Oh, okay. Oh, it's the Tri-County Area Federal Credit Union Gymnasium, I guess.
That's what advertising does. You get your name up on walls and brand new facilities, Dave.
And that ball, almost out of bounds. Good job of Pottstown tricking it down. That little bounce pass is inside. I never liked that to the big guys. That's a tough pass to catch.
Well, I agree with you, Dave. You don't want to give a pass to a big guy. Of course, the big guy here is 6'1", but if they're not used to catching the ball in a low post like that, like a guard, it puts them in a precarious situation.
Pottstown again inside. There's Diamond. Aaron Diamond, and sophomore with his first bucket of the ball game. As Pottstown extends the lead to 3, 24-21.
What surprises me, Dave, is the ease of which either team is able to penetrate the other's defense. Nobody's closing anything off.
That's good defense there, good hustle by Corey Hall, although he did step on the line. The officials tonight, John Murphy, Pat Tabler, and John Pozblinski have done a heck of a job here in this fast-paced first quarter. There's Golston. That bricks off the side, and Pottstown looks to run.
Wow, what a gorgeous fast break, Dave.
That was textbook, finished off by number 4, Corey Hall, who really has done a nice job. 6'1" senior. There's my buddy Winko inside.
Oh, unbelievable.
Got a little bit out of control there. Brown runs it down.
Anthony Brown that time made a great play saving possession.
Oh, that's a good play by Dayon Doctor inside. Again, Dayon has to really impose his will inside in that painted area. Louis Gibbs with a soft touch. He now has 7 on the night.
Again, the pace of this game is frenetic, but it's somewhat under control for the most part, Dave. Both teams like to run and create opportunities on their transition offense and defense.
I guess there was a travel down that end. I'm not quite sure what they called. Again, our vantage point is blocked out at Pottstown's end of the court, so bear with us here. We're doing the best we can.
That was a travel situation, Dave, and I'm still seeing man-to-man. Pottstown has stayed straight man throughout the entire first half so far.
There's a good rub inside. Tinson a hair late as he comes over to try to get the block. That'll send Golston to the line for a deuce.
Coach Palladino had to do some research and reading in his playbook to come up with that. Was a beautiful UCLA cut. That's John Wooden's cut. You have that high post, weak side cutters cutting over, and that was gorgeously executed.
Off the back iron for Golston. He is now 1 for 3 from the stripe. He has 7 on the night. He's certainly one of the leading scorers for Pottsgrove, a guy who did a heck of a job. Honorable mention All-League last year, picked up some valuable experience. He makes 1 out of 2, cuts the lead down to 2.
Pottsgrove in a 3-2 zone now, Dave.
There's the young freshman, gets caught up underneath the basket, but stays with it. Again, there's Diamond with the putback, and good work on the glass for the young sophomore. Aaron Diamond doing a heck of a job.
Pottstown realizes, Dave, they must really battle the Falcons on both backboards, and they are doing an outstanding job. And it looks like they're going to go back to the line right now for a 1-and-1 opportunity.
I think they might have called a technical foul inside on Dayon Doctor there as well.
Oh, I didn't see that. We'd have to get that on replay. You see, with 26-24 score at this point.
I think they called the initial foul on Goldsmith, number 0. We'll get 2 shots there, and then we're going to have some technical fouls being shot.
And that's 2 shots. Here we go. So let's see if we can detect anything, Dave. There's a lot of physicality in there. Did they call the foul on number 13,
They called it on 0. Number 0, Juwan Goldsmith, was called on initial foul. And then Dayon Doctor didn't like the call and was a little upset, and I guess he must have mentioned something to the official. And I think old Dayon there got hit with a technical foul as the referees are trying to sort everything out. This will be the foul shot. That's Diamond makes his first. He'll get another.
If Pottstown could be proficient in this opportunity, they have a chance to create a little bit of space between them and the Falcons.
And Diamond hits his 2 fouls. He now has 4. Now they're going to send Winco to the line to shoot the technical.
And if I'm not mistaken, they should also retain possession of the ball.
They will bring the ball out.
This could be a possible 7-point offensive possession if everything goes right for the Trojans.
Winco again continuing his strong game. He now has 9 off the bench. That young sophomore is doing a heck of a job for Coach Benfield here in the first half.
I don't think it was a very serious technical foul as far as unsportsmanlike. I just think he might have just got frustrated and might have said something unintentionally, and the official heard it. And now Pottsgrove with a 3-ball here, Pottstown with a 3-ball, they would have a 7-point swing.
Well, is there a difference between a serious technical foul and a non-serious technical foul, Coach?
In my sense it was, because I'd either get thrown out of the game or they'd still let me sit down for another. If I was walking, being escorted across the court, that was serious.
Well, I tell you, the Trojans
really
have battle underneath. There's the young sophomore Diamond, but Pottstown will retain possession with 2:51 to go here in the first half, up by 6. They are hitting the offensive glass.
Early in the game, but this is still a big possession for momentum, finishing out the second quarter, going into halftime.
Find a guard. Find a guard. Don't try to do too much. Stay within yourself. There's Brown inside to Winco. Winco spins and turns, and he gets the ball to drop.
He's a real surprise so far for Pottstown, Dave.
That's 11 for Winco. Gibbs with a bomb. He's got a nice soft touch.
That kills you as a coach. You just build it. It's got a 6-point possession, and they cut it in 1 shot and a half.
And we got a timeout on the court there with 2:25 to go. Pottstown up by 5, 32-27. You can see Coach Benfield really working that strategy now.
Allergies? Carpet One Floor and Home just made carpet installation healthier. Our new Healthier Living installation minimizes dust, mold, and allergens. Better than home centers, it's antimicrobial, hypoallergenic, simply cleaner. Breathe easier. You'll love it. A healthier installation exclusively at Carpet One Floor and Home. Beautiful. Made affordable.
2:25 to go here in the first half. Pottstown will bring the ball in, up by 5.
Now it's important that Pottstown plays very smart from the last 2 minutes of this second period. They worked really tremendously hard to get a 5-point lead. A few seconds ago it was an 8-point lead. They want to make opportunities count in the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, but I think they want to be careful of letting the air out of the ball too much and taking away the momentum that they have, though, Tommy. They really have run well, got to the rim, hit second and third opportunities. Again, there's another rebound. This is Winco again, who has really been a good player here in the first half. Got a little bit out of control there and did. He turned the ball over. It'll be Pottsgrove's ball with just under 2 minutes to go.
But the same token that time, Dave, they did slow it down somewhat, and they got a great shot. They had a shot 3 feet from the basket.
A little defensive lapse there as nobody picked up Goldsmith. That's number 4, Blakey. Blakey tried to throw it off the Pottstown defender, but he missed him. So Brandon Tinson will bring the ball in after having a heck of a football season. You're going to keep your eye on number 12. You'll watch him play football at the next level. He had a great year for the Trojans on the football field.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
There's a little give and go inside the diamond, head and shoulder fake, and he gets the ball to drop.
And Dave, not only did Tinson have a great year personally with the Trojans football program, but he was such a great leader, and he turned that program around from previous years, and they had a wonderful season.
Oh, good strong take that time by Dargin. Dargin does a nice job. He now has 4. And this has been a seesaw job back and forth.
It's got to be called. Yeah, now here's I believe that's number 10 for Pottsgrove going, the way he held the ball away from the defender, hung in the air somewhat, and made a great play, and that was number 10, James Dargan.
Dargan doing a nice job off the bench with 4 points. There's their main guy, though. There's Nazir Golson. He wants to take Tinson. Tinson does a nice job of bodying him up. That shot's long, and another rebound for the young sophomore. He has really played well. Aaron Diamond has got a ton of rebounds. There's another turnover as Pottsgrove looks to push.
The late call there by Mr. Przminski.
Yeah, I'll say with his back to the play.
3 seconds after the ball hit the floor.
That wasn't a good one. As the Pottstown bench was up, they didn't like that call. Brandon Tinson bodied him up. That is number 2 on Tinson. I'm sure he's going to get a little rest as number 22, London Gregory, comes into the ball game for Brandon.
Any relation to Will Gregory? Because
he looks exactly
like him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
And Anthony Brown has some of the mannerisms that I saw many times with Howard Brown. But one thing here, Dave, Pottstown's they've had 4 possessions since that 6-point flurry, and they've turned it over 4 straight times. That's not how you finish a half. You worked hard to get the lead. You've got to maintain that control the last under a minute now, 30 seconds.
Blakey makes the first one. He will get a second. Looks like number 1's coming in, Haisheem Robinson, with just under 30 seconds to play as Blakey goes 2 for 2.
Let's see if Pottstown get a good shot here, Dave.
Diamond with the fadeaway. That's a little strong. And that'll be Pottsgrove ball with, I think that says 8.5.
Yes, it does, Dave. 8.5, or is it 13.5? I can't quite make out the clock.
Well, we're behind. We got a obstructed view here.
It might be 18.5.
Coach Benfield trying to get Anthony Brown in there real quick, so number 0 is Buddy Malik doesn't get his 3rd foul. Good job of coaching there.
Dave, 5 last possessions, Pottstown turned it over. That's 10 points that they had never had a shot at scoring.
Under 10 seconds to go. That's good defense. But what a big shot. What a big shot for Golston at the buzzer. We got ourselves a tie ball game going at the end of the first half as Nazir Golston hits a 3-ball at the buzzer, and we're all tied up at 34.
Hello, I'm Wayne Pine, President and owner of Pine Transportation, along with my wife Adele. We've been providing passenger transportation since 1957 for students going to Daniel Boone School District and charter business since 1979. Allison, our daughter, is actually the representation of the 4th generation of the Klein family.
We invite you to join us to go to many fun travel destinations. Our motto is half the fun is getting there. We are so proud of all of our staff of travel specialists. Whether you contact us by phone or online, we help you choose a Klein tour, a casino trip, or to schedule your transportation by motor coach or school bus.
Let's step on board and choose our next destination.
When you choose Evans, Houseman, and Richard for your personal or commercial insurance needs, you're forming a partnership with an established and respected industry leader. Not only have they been in business since 1931, but the staff has over 100 years of collective industry experience. Evans, Houseman, and Richard are independent agents, which means they never forget they are working for you, and your satisfaction is always the highest priority. Each member of the team is dedicated to building long-term relationships with the clients they serve and setting the industry standard for exceptional customer service. Evans, Houseman, and Richard represent some of the top regional and national carriers in the industry. Evans, Houseman, and Richard, proud to be your one source for innovative insurance solutions.
Hello, I'm Wes Rollins, President and founder of Rollins Financial Services. For over 28 years, my firm and I have assisted people like you in analyzing their financial needs and goals and developing strategies to help achieve them. Trying to understand the ever-increasing universe of investments, insurances, and complex financial instruments can be overwhelming. That's where we come in. You work hard for your money, and it should be hard at work for you. At no charge or obligation, you can meet with an experienced professional at our firm to determine if any areas of your specific situation could use some help. I invite you to call me and arrange a time to meet. In the meantime, please visit my website at www.rollinsfinancial.com.
Anything else I can get for you? Your salad, that's right.
Otherwise, we're good. Thank you. Yeah.
Lily's Grill, 115 East High Street, Pottstown. Modern American cuisine at reasonable prices.
Enjoy.
Moments away from the second half of our very, very exciting and interesting game here. 34-34 is the score there. You see the leading scorers. Larry Winko really did a great job off the bench with 11. Corey Hall very active with 9. Golston, the leading scorer for Pottsgrove, and Louis Gibbs chipped in with 10. As they switch ends, Pottstown will be down at our end now as Pottsgrove will be at the far end. Again, they are in the white shirts. Pottstown in the blue and white trim of the Trojans. We're in the brand new gymnasium here at Pottsgrove.
Pottstown still in a man-to-man, Dave, to open the second half.
There's sort of a forced shot by Golston there as he didn't have much. Good defense by Tinson. Nick DeCurtis saddled with 3 fouls and had to sit most of that first half back in the ball game. He wears number 32. He is a 6'3" junior for Pottsgrove. This is a guy who really played well with 6 points and got the offense rolling and started the defensive end. Malik Brown, that's Shamir Edwards, held scoreless in that first half. And that'll be, well, no, that'll stay. That'll stay.
Dave, the first half I thought was critical there, and I mentioned it on air. Pottstown Trojans up 34-28. In their last 5 possessions, they turned the ball over, not even getting a shot.
There's Malik Brown again at the point. That's Diamond, who had a good first half for a young sophomore. He had 6 points and numerous rebounds, particularly at the offensive end. We'll see if they attack number 32, Dick Curtis, and try to get that 4th foul on him. Here's Shamir Edwards. He has scored the ball over the weekend. He was the leading scorer for the Trojans. He has held scoreless here. There's a bad pass and a breakout for Goldston.
I think he's got to walk. Oh, got the foul.
That's going to be a foul on Tinson. That's going to be number 3 on Brandon, I believe.
It was close to a travel there. He did lose possession briefly, but the official...
Yeah, I think Brandon sort of overreacted on that play. I think Golston was going to dribble that ball off his knee out of bounds.
I agree with you. Now Tinson's coming out.
Yeah, but he's got 3 fouls. Coach Benfield talking to him a little bit. There's Doctor, who's got to be a little more aggressive offensively. He misses. There's a run out for the Trojans and another bucket for Malik Brown. He now has 8 as the Trojans draw first blood here in the second half.
Well, number 4 that time almost gave our... If you look at Malik, now watch Malik here go up and almost got a dunk for our producer, Gus said to me asked me before the game, will we get any slammer jammers? I said, you'll never know. But there's some players on this floor that are capable, I can tell you that.
There's Doctor. He takes it strong, but good defense. DeCurtis brings it back down. There's Nazir, a little back iron job, and Diamond with another rebound, and he looks to push. That's Corey Hall. Corey Hall has played extremely well for Coach Benfield. He now has double figures with 11 as Pottstown's lead is up to 4.
Dave, that was a tremendous move by Corey Hall, hanging in the air, getting his body between him and the defender, and using that extended elbow to protect and finish off the glass. Great play by Hall.
There's Louis Gibbs, who has that three-point experience and also range. Little strong off the back iron. And again, there's Malik Brown looking to push. And
great
a jump
pass.
Off and pass. And Corey Hall just can't quite finish it off. And there's another leak out for Curnow. Curnow could not make it.
Corey Hall had a tougher shot when he made the field goal in that one.
Look at Malik Brown. Wow, Malik.
Good timeout there by Coach Palladino.
5'9" junior, I'll tell you, Malik Brown is really energized here tonight.
Yeah, watch this great crossover, and then the sudden burst, and then the reversal. Again, hung on the rim.
Well, we're going to take a timeout where there's a timeout on the floor. Pottstown's up by 6.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
and expert advice.
We've got everything you need because we know the community
and we know our customers.
So next time you have a home improvement project,
drop by
your local True Value hardware store. True Value.
Start right.
Start here.
Your True Value expert is A.D. Moyer in Gilbertsville and Pottstown. On the web at admoyer.com.
Hey, we're back here. Don't forget about the Monday Morning Quarterback live on Monday nights from 6:38 on the PCTV Network Sports Channel. We will be live over at Doc Watson's for our annual Christmas show on the 21st as well. So stop over at Doc's in Boyertown, right next to Zerns Market, on the 21st for our annual Christmas show. Should be a lot of fun.
Dave, I remember calling your show the Monday Morning Quarterback, and you cut me off. You said, this is football, McGee. Come back in a year.
Well, it was only an hour and a half show, Tommy. We had to get all of our stuff in, you know?
Cut me off, my own colleague here. Nice guy.
I would never do that, Tommy. Oh, good strong take. Louis Gibbs with that left hand. He now has a dozen.
Dave, we're seeing some great athletic plays, basketball athletic plays by both teams.
There's Corey Hall, a little short on that one, and Gibbs runs it down. That's Winko. Good pass up to the wing. Skip pass. That's Golston. Golston can't get it go, but there's DeCurtis in there. And another tap inside by Doctor.
Well, I'd look for Nick DeCurtis to be more of a factor. He had 3 fouls in the first period. Should have been on the bench earlier than that, Dave, but he gives them 6'3" size, physicality, so he could make a big difference if he could stay on the floor.
That's going to be an illegal screen on Corey Hall. That'll be his first foul. Didn't quite get there soon enough. Just a hair late getting there, and a good call by the official.
Wasn't far off, you're right.
There's Golston. Likes that baseline. Oh, nice drop off inside to DeCurtis. DeCurtis scores his first bucket of the ball game. We're back tied at 40. There's why the big guy needs to be out on the floor. They got to stay out of foul trouble.
Dave, that play that Pottsgrove just scored on, they've run that successfully twice. What it is, they're beating Pottstown on the baseline drives where they have to come over to help, and then the centers, like that time, Curtis is diving down from the post.
13 now for Corey Hall. Corey Hall is a senior. He's really played well. Pottstown now. There's that little sagging man-to-man. You don't want to foul out there against DeCurtis on the three-point line. There's that little drop off to Doctor. Doctor and Edwards are really going at it well. And there's a steal. There he is. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, Malik Brown.
Well, he's quick.
Wow.
He is really quick, and he anticipated defensively so well there, Dave. Came up, anticipated, got the steal. There's a travel. Let's watch this steal by, oh, there he is, Malik Brown. What a great steal, what a great anticipation, and a solid finish.
Well, they called that foul on Malik. I think that's number 3 on him. That looked like a pretty good play.
I thought it was a travel from its vantage point.
Absolutely. There's Gibbs taking it strong, and there's Aaron Diamond inside. There's Edwards looking to push. Pottstown has a 3-on-2. 3-on-2. Oh, that time he can't finish. There's Winko. And a good play by DeCurtis as he stuck right in there, hanging with the big guns inside. But a good rush by Pottstown.
After that great play, now watch this, great play Corey Hall made a couple possessions ago. Since then, he's missed 2 chippies, uncontested layups. Pottstown can't afford it, and that was a great defensive play by Curtis.
Well, it's all about angles, Tommy, and that was a bad angle by Corey. That's why he missed that ball. And there's another block inside by the 6'3" junior. Pottstown's going to bring it back out and reset. There's Shamir Edwards.
Every once a block shot in this game.
Uh-oh. Whoa!
Dave, I thought that ball was coming right to you. Number 13 for Pottstown, Aaron Dime made a great save with the ball and then scored on a tough shot inside.
There's Malik Brown. Look at this. Here's a run out. That's a bad play by Edwards there. You got to make that shot. Tried to get too cute with it, and there's another bucket down the other end for Doctor.
Why kids do that, Dave? They want that college two-hand slap on the backboard. Yeah. Great save that time by 13. Diamond takes the baseline. Now you talk about a tough angle. That's a tough angle, and he was able to score there, but he can't.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. There's a timeout on the floor. Pottstown's up by 4.
If you've been injured at work, if you've been injured in a car accident, if you're having problems with your neck, your low back, you're having migraine headaches, if you're suffering, you need to see us first. We can help.
Back here, Pottstown in possession of the basketball. 46-42 is the score. The Trojans up by 4. I tell you what, don't go for a hot dog, don't get a drink. I tell you, you're going to miss some action here. This has been up and down, fast-paced basketball here in our inaugural PCTV Pac-10 game. Nice look inside to Malik Brown, and he gets it up over the rim.
Dave, I agree with you. It's been hard to commentate because the action's endless, end to end.
That's 14 now for Brown, 8 in his third quarter. There's DeCurtis, goes with the left hand. He's a little strong. Here's Corey Hall with a breakout, and a good job of defense there by Louie. There's Winko, who had a big first half. He now has 13 on the night, the young sophomore.
I'm sure Coach Benfield told these guys at the timeout, Dave, listen, you're out playing Pottsgrove. You're being aggressive defensive. You're getting in transition. Start making the easy layups. You watch this. There's a great block there. I didn't see a foul, and I don't think any was called.
Yeah, there was. They called a foul on Shamir Edwards inside on the block.
I just saw a ball from from the monitor here.
We're going to take a timeout. There's a timeout on the floor. It's Coach Palladino talking some strategy.
Hey, this car's been around for a while, but it's running great. So am I, Terry Musser. I've been around for a while, and I'm running great. So if you want some experience, somebody that's been there and done that, but still has the energy, you call me, because I have a team of people, we have all of the networking you need, and we have the knowledge, and you just can't buy that, but you'll get it when you choose Terry Musser and his team. Give us a call. You'll be glad you did. Happy trails.
Back here is Pottsgrove in possession of the ball. It's Dayon Doctor taking it strong to the goal and gets the kiss.
That was a nice up and under, I should say, scoop shot by Dayon Doctor.
Doctor now has 10. There's Shamir Edwards. Tries to improve his position. That time Pottstown had two guys going for the ball, and ball goes the other way to Gibbs down in the far corner. Gibbs with a wild throw.
Dave, one thing, neither team is shy to put that ball up from anywhere, are they? And it doesn't take many passes for them to decide that. That's a three-point.
Wow, look at that young sophomore. Larry Winco with the game of his career. He's got 15 on the night and going to the line for another.
Now, the play Wingo makes here, just watch it. First of all, an outstanding pass by Brown. Now, watch that. Hung in the air, had control of the ball with his fingertips, had enough strength to kiss it off the glass. Tremendous instinctive play. Couldn't make the free throw, though.
He is 5 for 7 from the line, though, as Golston takes it strong to the goal. As Pottstown got a little lazy trying to get back on defense.
No excuse for that either, Dave, after a free throw. You should have had two guys back in position in the paint.
Golston did a good job of recognizing there as he took it strong to the goal. He now has 13.
What are the odds they hold for one, Dave? You got 20 seconds.
Well, it seems that's what they're going to try to do.
No.
And there's a foul. That's going to be number 4 on DeCurtis, too.
They were fortunate at that time to get the foul, to stop the clock, have a chance to go to the line and make 2. And that's 4 on him. You're right. And that's going to be a factor in the fourth, Dave.
Absolutely. It's a shame he played that whole third quarter and played very well, under control. Picks up that bad 4th foul with under 30 seconds to go here in this quarter.
I guess Coach Palladino figured, well, we're down 8 points. I need that kid in the game. But, you know, under 20 seconds, I think a kid with that's critical. He's got to be on the bench.
He's on the bench. You got to wait till he shoots the first foul. Come on, Tommy. Come on,
Tommy.
Tommy.
I'm talking about before the foul was occurred.
Oh, okay.
Before he got the 4th. That's what I'm referring to, Dave.
Pottstown does a nice. Ooh, that ball hits this just on the line. That's your buddy, Puzblinski.
At least I can pronounce it, Dave.
It's Puzblinski, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Johnny Puzblinski?
Puzblinski.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Loose ball. Well,
and
there's going to be a foul on Doctor. Not a bad foul.
No.
Not a bad foul.
4.4. That's plenty of time to get a good shot off, especially in this game.
But that's only 2 on Doctor, so that was
That's exactly right.
Foul.
Yeah, he stopped the breakaway.
Yep.
I thought that was an aggressive, smart, intelligent foul.
Let's see if Pottstown can get a shot. Uh-oh. There's good D by Nazir Golston, the senior. He's the leader. 6'1", solid body. Can play inside or out.
Good shot.
They got a good look at the basket. Well, that'll do it for 3 very, very exciting and interesting periods. 52-46 is the score as we head into the final 8 minutes.
Attention, Tri-County area. Visit Pottstown's newest beauty supply store. It's the Beauty Outlet, located at 344 King Street in downtown Pottstown. Browse the area's largest selection of reasonable price wigs, lace front, J-part, half wigs, synthetic or natural. You'll absolutely love our full selection of hair bundles, extensions, weaves, braiding hair, etc., Peruvian, Brazilian, Malaysian styles, you name it. We also feature a full line of beauty and barber supplies, your local source for ethnic hair beauty supplies from Oars, Do Grow, 100% argan oil, 100% shea butter. Come on and visit the Beauty Outlet. Once again at 344 King Street, downtown Pottstown. Come find the beauty in you.
Well, the final 8 minutes will decide it here in our first Pac-10 game here on the PCTV Network Sports. Again, Dave Ridenour and Coach Tom McGee as we're having a good time here at Pottsgrove's new gym.
And Dave, don't you think Coach Benfield, the Pottstown Nation, would love to upset Pottsgrove here in the first league contest, the brand new Tri-County Area Gymnasium.
We know, and Pottsgrove is the defending champion in the smaller school division.
And the favorite with Phoenixville this year to repeat.
Absolutely. They had a great record. They lost to Methacton in the finals of the Pac-10 last year. Methacton was able to win the championship. Look at Corey Hall doing a great job. No foul there. Oh.
Corey Hall could have 20 points tonight if he finished anywhere within 2 feet of the basket. He's playing a great game, though. He's really hustling.
That's his second foul.
And that Pottstown showed a little bit of full court, three-quarter court pressure, got the steal. Now they're back to their conventional half-court man.
Pottsgrove swings the ball. There's Gibbs, who's done a nice job. Doctor, who was one of their senior leaders. Gibbs inside trying to find some room. Gets it back out for a bomb. That comes up short. Here comes Brown on a breakout. Coach Benfield wants them to finish, concentrate on the ball. That was another nice look inside by Malik Brown. He has really been impressive, Coach, from that point guard position tonight.
I think he's more or less dictated the game for Pottstown, and also dictated what Pottsgrove has to do defensively.
There's Diamond, cut inside to Tinson. Good play by Golston as he comes from behind and blocks the ball, but then Pottsgrove a little bit out of control as Goldsmith turns it over.
Yeah, it looked like that time Brandon Tinson almost wasn't sure whether to catch the ball and go up or take it through off left tackle at that point. But they got the ball back. Pottsgrove's not taking advantage down 6. They're not taking advantage of Pottstown mistakes.
Well, both teams have to value each possession now. Turnovers are going to be a big thing.
Absolutely.
There's Tinson back into the ball game. He looks inside, but Doctor steps in front. He picks it off. He comes up a little short. There's Gibbs inside.
Pottsgrove could not make a layup either, Dave.
That must be that basket down there, Tommy.
I don't know what it is.
They must have some stiff rims on this new gym.
Right now, I think both teams are tight. They sense the magnitude of the situation, approaching the 6-minute mark of the final period. Pottstown with a 6-point edge, and now Pottsgrove's extending that 3-2. And what Pottstown needs to do is exactly that, number 11, just flash the middle, Shamia Edwards.
He's their leading scorer. He has yet to score tonight. It's hard to believe that they can be winning this ball game by 6 points without Shamir Edwards. There's a nice look inside, but again, did not try to use the glass. Can't finish that layoff. Good pass. Good pass to Goldsmith. And Goldsmith finishes at the other end. It's down to a 4-point lead for the Trojans, 52-48 with under 6 minutes to go. It is very, very exciting, intense Pac-10 rival.
That was an ill-advised jumper. Too early in the count at that point.
There's Gibbs wide open. Comes with that left hand. But look at Aaron Diamond, that young sophomore, doing a heck of a job at the glass.
Aaron Diamond is going to be a player. He grows a couple more inches. He's got a great body to fill out. I think he could be a very, very good player.
Pottstown looks like they're going to try to extend the floor a little bit. Nice take by Malik Brown. He can't get it to go. And Doctor with another defensive rip, and he looks to outlet.
Now, Dave, you talked about, as you see Pottsgrove finish at that end, we'll probably see a replay here. Golston on the finish. And let's watch this here before I make my point. Again, no defense, wide open baseline, easy drive to the hoop and a finish. My point is this, Dave, the team that, two things can happen. The team that makes the most mistakes is going to be in trouble, or the team that really makes some positive plays. That case was a positive play. And now they're down 1. Pottstown cannot extend that lead when they get it.
Golston now has 16 points on the evening.
And this half-court trap is giving Pottstown problems.
And a good timeout there by Coach Benfield. He wants to talk things over with 5 minutes exactly to go here in this ball game. We're going to take a timeout too. We'll be right back.
An orthopedic institute is more than a name. It's a unique care model based on quality and compassion. Decades devoted to research and clinical trials, the development of new surgical techniques, and physicians who outperform the field. What you get from our institute is more options and more answers. For your orthopedic care, think Rothman first.
New office and 7-day urgent care now open in Limerick.
There he is, Gary Lorenzo, the athletic director over here, and we want to thank him for his hospitality. He's very, very proud of this new gym here.
Oh, he should be.
Grove.
It's a beautiful gym. Beautiful gym. And as a proud taxpayer of the Pottsgrove School District, Dave, I approve.
You approve this message, huh, Tom?
I approve this message.
Again, back to that zone now for Pottsgrove.
And they're extending it.
Yep. They got Golston out front, which is a big object to throw over there. There's that little look inside that just bounces off Doctor's knees. Hall tried to force that into Shamir Edwards there.
Well, Dave, 4:39 to go. We're almost in crunch time, a 1-point differential in favor of the Trojans. Needless to say, every possession, every decision is going to be important from this point on.
Well, we'll see if Pottstown looks to score on the inbounds or is content getting it in. There's that low bounce pass to the big guy inside again, and there's another turnover.
Well, Tinson that time, he just telegraphed that pass. He had the defense all jammed in, and now Pottsgrove's not happy with the call. I don't know what's going on here. Both coaches are up in arms. 4:35. Let the officials handle the game.
Oh, near steal out front by Golson.
Their passing is very suspect right now.
There's going to be a foul on Golson. You can tell he was a little frustrated on that last out-of-bounds play as he thought Pottstown ticked that ball out of bounds. That's why he did not pursue it or go after it.
Exactly. And there's still 2 fouls to give before Pottstown's in the one-on-one. So if I were Pottstown, I would take a little bit of time off. Like you said, not to break their momentum, but they don't have any momentum right now.
You're exactly right. They've really been stuck on 52 for a while now. Now there's a look inside to Shamir Edwards. Shamir Edwards gets his first bucket of the ball game at the 4:06 time in the fourth quarter. He has been the leading scorer in the first 2 games. Look at that Larry Winko. Man, that young sophomore's all over the place.
Now here's Edwards on the penetration, and he was for good give and go there. Nice layup over the rim.
That's going to be another foul on Pottsgrove. Curnow is going to come out, and here we go. Coach Palladino is going to roll the dice with his big junior now. DeCurtis is back in the game with 4 fouls.
Now Pottsgrove, again, their game plan was to try to get Pottstown half-court offense. They're successful at it right now, but the point of the game is Pottsgrove hasn't done that throughout. Pottstown's more or less been able to run and transition at will and get to the basket.
Pottstown being patient right now. Tinson with a bad pass inside, and that ball is stolen. There's their big gun, Golston, who has 16 on the night.
You got to fake up top, get that defender to move, and then the bounce pass is there. You've got to understand, like you said, value possession this point of the game especially.
That's going to be another foul on Tinson. That's going to be 4 on Brandon. That's going to send Dale Doctor to the line, where he is 2 for 4 on the evening.
Well, I don't know if they'll pull Tinson with 3:20 to go. They probably need him in there for his leadership and hustle. But the way Wingo's played, he's really come off the bench and done an outstanding job. And here goes Tinson out. Number 4, Corey Hall, better offensive player, senior, a little bit more basketball experience than Brandon. But every shot's important right now.
Doctor makes 1 out of 2. Pottstown has only scored 2 points here in this 4th period, Tommy.
Yeah, I just sense this game going down to a last shot, Dave. I really do. Nobody's established the fact that they can take control of the game. And there's another turnover.
Yeah. They look like they're in a hurry. They need to relax and settle down.
Exactly.
There's Louis Gibbs with that left hand. He comes up short as Trojans are banging forward inside. And that looks like Doctor comes out with it.
And they let him traverse all the way to the hoop.
Look at the big guy inside, DeCurtis. That's why they need him on the floor.
Now we're tied game 2.5. Every play will be magnified now. Every pass.
As Pottsgrove has outscored the Trojans 8-2 here in this fourth quarter. We're tied at 54. Dangerous cross-court pass there as Louis Gibbs is laying in the weeds, waiting for that baby. Wow, look at Aaron Diamond. Aaron Diamond with 10.
That's unbelievable. I mean, that's a big-time shot for a sophomore. Look at that hustle. Dave, if we had wristwatches to give out for players of the game, I think Wingo has it won. Okay, now watch this great turnaround jumper. That goes off, but a great rebound. Again, DeCurtis is really doing a good job. Again, playing all night in foul trouble, Dave.
Well, there's a full-length court down there to Golston. Golston does a nice job of finishing. He's got 18. We're tied at 56, and we got a timeout. Get a good look at the Pottsgrove bench. Gus Tellis, our producer tonight, directing the show as well. Marilyn Miller helping him out. Mr. Oxenford on camera number 1. Matt Wagner, longtime PCTV guy.
We just saw Debbie, who took a hit for the crew tonight earlier in the game.
Debbie Tellis on camera 3 down here on the floor. Carly Tellis working the graphics. Beatrice Pierre on camera number 4. And of course, Tommy Gee and myself here as we have under 2 minutes to go in this ball game as Cal Benfield is taking every second he can in this timeout. He wants to make sure he gets that point across to his gang.
Dave, I don't think either of us could have expected such a great game. I think we're privileged to have this opportunity tonight, again, to christen, league-wise anyway, the brand new Pottsgrove High School Senior High School Gymnasium.
Well, it hasn't been the prettiest game at times because there's been a lot of up and down and missed shots, but there has not been a lack of effort or a lack of intensity. That's for darn sure in our opener. And what would you expect anything else for Pottstown and Pottsgrove?
Exactly right. This is what we expect. You throw records out the window because these kids don't care if they're 2-0 or 0-2. They're playing Pottsgrove. We're playing Pottstown. We'll be ready.
That's a good, strong take by Corey Hall, and that foul's going to be on Louis Gibbs.
All right, now here's Hall to the basket. His foot was sliding a little bit. He thought he had his feet set, but there was a little bit of movement there, and the officials, when they see a little bit of movement by the defender, not totally set, the advantage there is going to go to the offensive player.
They must have called that foul on the floor because they are not shooting now. They're bringing the ball in bounds.
Well, they're both going to be in 1-on-1 from this point on.
We'll see who wants to take that. Look at that play by Louis Gibbs. Louis Gibbs with the foul. Louis Gibbs with the big steal, and Winko with the foul from behind.
Well, again, the whole fourth period, Pottstown Trojans. Again, now watch this again. Quick hands, just an outright thievery. Just stole the ball, gets fouled. See if he can finish and get a three-point edge in favor of the Falcons. Pottstown is having all kinds of difficulty handling that extended 1-3, 1 half-court trap or 3-2.
There's DeCurtis inside with a big rebound. This is the first lead Pottsgrove's had in a long, long time. Pottstown has had the lead into control of the game for most of the game. Pottsgrove up by a deuce.
And they're shooting 1-on-1. They really don't have to take a wild shot here. Get the ball outside. Take some time off the clock. Let Pottstown foul you. There's no hurry. Right now, you're up 2 at home, minute 20 to go. You don't have to score right now. Just run your offense, break down Pottstown's defense, hope they make a mistake, and take advantage of it. Pottstown, on the other hand, Dave, they just got to play solid man here. Look to double team when they can. Hope to get a turnover.
That's Gibbs out front with the ball. He's that valuable leader, that court leader. Played 6-man role last year for Scott Palladino. Now they're running that 4 corners. They're milking that clock. This is that North Carolina thing that drives you crazy. It's a big cat and mouse game out there at this point. Pottstown's going to have to foul somebody sooner or later.
Who do
here.
you foul? It's a
If
little
they don't
early in
get
the
us-
season, right, Dave, to determine who you're going to foul.
Well, I wouldn't foul Golston, though. He's a guy who's been around for a while, but they're going to put Golston on the line, make him shoot 1-1 now with under a minute to go. There's the big gun. The big guy has, that's 18 already here in the ball game as Brandon Tinson has fouled out of the ball game. A good solid floor game for Brandon Tinson, as you mentioned, still trying to get his legs underneath him after a very, very good football season.
And demanding, because very seldom was he off the field, Dave, all football season.
And Cal Benfield's going to take his time there until he makes his substitution. He's going to put the young sophomore in, number 13, Aaron Diamond. Diamond has played a heck of a game. He's got 10 points.
I think the critical player for Pottsgrove, though, is the fact that Nick DeCurtis finally he's back on the floor. He's playing with 4 fouls, but he's come up with some tough rebounds, tough putback, and now it's going to be a foul shooting contest, it looks like.
Well, there's under a minute to go, 42.3 seconds, and they couldn't have asked for a better game in the first game here at this new Pottsgrove Gymnasium. A heck of a game between Pottstown and Pottsgrove. As they said, Pottsgrove came in at 2-0 after a big weekend in their inaugural tournament. Pottstown came in at 0-2. Hey, don't forget about the Monday Morning Quarterback while we have a minute here. Again, Monday nights live on Channel 28, and we also will be over at Doc Watson's next to the Zerns Market there in Boyertown for our annual Christmas show, which is to be on the 21st. Santa and everybody will be there. That's a lot of fun. Also, don't forget, at the Montage Music, we offer services for all your entertainment needs. Our services include a disc jockey for any occasion and professional karaoke. So hook up the Montage Music if you have a chance. All right, this is Golston on the line, the senior, the guy they want to have on the line, shooting the front end of the 1-1. And he makes it.
That was pure.
Bumps it up to a 3-point lead now with 42.3 to go. As I mentioned, Pottstown had led almost this whole game from the second quarter on. Pottsgrove's taking its first lead with about a minute to go here in this ball game. There's a scrum underneath for the basketball. Who has it? Pottstown has it. They called a quick timeout, I guess. We'll see. We'll wait and see. Again, there was a scrum down there we couldn't see from our vantage point. Looks like Pottstown will bring the ball in from underneath their own basket with 36.9 seconds to go.
And they,
you know, each week we do have a top 5, Tommy, and we had Pottsgrove certainly in that top 5. Pottstown was not in the top 5 because of they had 5 new faces out there. They lost their 3 big guns, you know, Quill and Beasley and DeVouvier. You know, there's 50+ points they lost from Coach Benfield's squad.
Good players.
These five new guys, 6 new guys, 7 new guys have really played well in their first Pac-10 game. I'm
very impressed with their attitude, their intensity, tenacity, especially on the boards. They're not a big team, Pottstown, but they battle. They battle so hard on the boards. That's a tribute to Coach Benfield, because that mentality's got to be established every day at practice.
Well, you know, you talked about Phoenixville being another one of the good teams, particularly in the smaller school division. They will certainly be a team to be reckoned with. Look at Malik Brown. He's running like a madman. There's going to be a foul on DeCurtis, and that'll be 5 for Nick. But, you know, you have to take the charge in the chest. If you get it on the side, they're going to call you with a block, and there's the play. That'll be 5 on DeCurtis.
Yeah, now one thing that I've been a proponent for high school sports, Dave, like college and pros, get that little circle underneath the basket. You know, and that's going to help the officials decide whether it's a block or a charge. Why high schools can't paint that little circle and adopt that is beyond me. I think it's only a matter of time now. And I think most coaches will agree with me.
Well, Brown misses his first foul shot of the night. He had been a perfect 4 for 4, scoring 14 points.
Well, this is where you have to make it. Crunch time, pressure time. This is where you have to make free throws. Simple as that. It's a lot of pressure on a young man, or a young lady, but high school basketball anymore comes down to this like any other level of basketball. You've got to make them down the stretch.
He's a little strong with that one there, and that ball's going to come out to Doctor. And there's going to be a quick foul on Winco as Malik Brown goes 0 for 2. As I said, 4 for 4 in the first quarter.
Yep.
Had a great stroke going on and comes up there short, 0 for 2 when they need it. 30.1 seconds to go in this ball game. Pottsgrove seems to have it somewhat in command here.
Pottsgrove.
Pottsgrove, excuse me, with three-point lead with 30 seconds to go, and Dayon Doctor on the line.
Well, these are critical. If he makes these, it's going to be tough for Pottstown.
Ooh, he misses that one badly. There's Shamir Edwards, who's really had a tough night. They haven't been able to get him off. There's a good, strong take, but good defense. And there's going to be a foul on Pottsgrove. That's going to be on number 21, Zabree Smith. Zabree Smith, with his first minutes of the ball game, picks up a big foul.
Pottstown was fortunate that time that they got fouled. It's difficult when you're constantly trying to drive inside against bigger players. When they have position and they don't bait for that block, it's tough to get that ball up and over their outstretched arms.
Nice stroke there for Corey Hall.
That was a big one.
He now has 14 and is down to a 2-point lead for the Grove. The Grove is up 59-57. And he gets the second one to go. Pottsgrove with a 1-point lead with 16 seconds to go, and it's cat and mouse. And Scott Palladino is going to take a timeout as he wants to make sure everybody's on the same page with under 13 seconds to go in this ball game as the Grove is up by 1.
Now, what do you do here, Dave? You got 12.8. You don't have a lot of time to fool around. I would look for maybe a steal off the inbounds, but I'd protect against getting beat with a lob pass for a layup. I'd go for maybe one steal, anticipate, then a quick foul because, listen, neither team is showing great proficiency except for that last two by Pottstown from the free throw line. You got to, hey, look, you're going to beat us from the free throw line. We want the ball back in our hands.
Pottsgrove is 3 for 6 here in this all-important fourth quarter from the foul line. Pottstown is 2 for 4. Pottstown has only scored 6 points in this all-important fourth quarter. Pottsgrove has done a nice job. They have outscored them 13-6. That's why they have this slim 1-point lead with what's that, 12.8?
12.8, David. And I think a key point in this fourth period is when Pottstown had opportunities early, but when Pottsgrove extended that 3-2 zone almost to a half-court trap, Pottstown could not attack the middle initially. They had 3 turnovers, and again, Pottstown has hurt themselves tonight with turnovers.
Well, we'll see what Pottsgrove does. Pottstown coming out straight man-to-man.
Just got to watch that somebody breaking long for the basket. You can't give that chippy away right now.
It's all important is the inbounder, too. Nazir Golston. And again, the referees and the guys are trying to get everybody squared away.
Well, here's your eye stack. I'd have that third player loop around, look over the screen from the back guy, and go to the basket.
There's Kernow. He's a guy I would have fouled, too. He's sort of fresh in the ball game. He's only got 2 points, and he's had some foul trouble all night, so he hasn't had a lot of playing time. So a lot of pressure on Nick as he goes to the stripe.
Well, I agree with that assessment, Dave.
11.5 seconds to go. This is an all-important box out on the miss as well, Tommy. You know, you're a big proponent of boxing out, getting your body on someone on those foul shots.
Especially free throw shooting.
Wow, good job by Kernow as he makes the first. He gets the second. Pottstown was in the double bonus. So now it's a 2-point game.
If he sinks this and Pottstown has the ball with 12-5 or whatever it is, they don't necessarily have to take a three if they can get it quick to the basket and call timeout.
Good job by Nick Kernow as he makes both of them.
But you have to have your best three-point shooter in a position where you can catch the ball and get one off if need be.
Well, 11.5, it's back to Winco, the young sophomore. Oh, and he gets fouled going to the bucket. That's Malik Brown.
And Coach Palladino is not going to be happy about that. Any shot inside, you don't contest anything inside the three. You have the game won. You don't foul to stop the clock. He can make the first, miss the second. They could rebound it and tie the game.
Well, Malik is 4 for 6 from the foul line. He was 4 for 4 in that first period. 0 for 2 here in the all-important fourth quarter as the referees are getting together to make sure everybody is good to go here.
It's like the equipment adjustment or number 13 for Pottstown.
Aaron Diamond, I don't know if he got in on time or not.
Right.
Okay, they might have already set the line up here before they rang the bell to the buzzer to get him in. So let's see what Brown does here. Does he try to make one and miss the second for a long rebound? Does he make both shots? Let's see what the strategy is here. As Malik Brown misses again.
3 for 3.
0 for 3. Yep. See what Brown does is to try to clank it off the rim now, and yes, he does. But Doctor's right there, and a good job of Dayon Doctor. He's that senior. He's got that experience, and a quick foul by Aaron Diamond.
And barring a miraculous play, one free throw here should seal it for the Falcons of Potts Grove High School.
I can see Cal Benfield pacing the sidelines there. He knows his kids put out a great effort tonight. Again, sometimes it wasn't always pretty, but the effort was certainly there. Unfortunately, they just couldn't come up with the big play down the stretch. Doctor misses the first.
Well, that Pottsgrove zone really kept them at bay in that fourth period. Also, Pottsgrove came up with some critical free throws of their own. And as I said, Pottstown, and you just mentioned, Dave, nothing to be ashamed of it. Their effort was tremendous, and their rebounding was tenacious.
Uh-oh, and there's a pass coming here, full-length court. There's a bomber, and that's going to do it. The Grove's going to sneak out of here with a hard-earned victory, I'll tell you. The inaugural game here in the Pac-10. Pottsgrove's going to sneak out with a nice victory, 62-58. Tommy and I will be back to wrap it up right after this.
Open now since 2011, Royersford Veterinary Hospital is a full-service small animal hospital treating dogs, cats, and small mammals. Dr. Namola has 16 years of experience in the veterinary field. Royersford Veterinary Hospital offers preventive care examinations, vaccinations, and parasite prevention for patients through all life stages, from pediatric care to geriatric screening. The hospital has a fully equipped laboratory, radiology, sterile surgery, and dental equipment for all your pet's medical and surgical needs. For the feline patients, the hospital offers a feline-friendly atmosphere and a feline-exclusive boarding suite. Dr. Namola and her knowledgeable caring staff can answer all your questions about proper health care. Stop on by the hospital anytime to meet the staff or tour the facility. Royersford Veterinary Hospital wants to be your other family doctor. Tired of waiting in long lines for your prescriptions? Well, Professional Pharmacy has the answer, offering you fast, friendly, and free prescription delivery right to your front door. So stop waiting in those long lines and call Professional Pharmacy today.
Well, if you don't think that we can, well, think twice.
Conveniently located in Pottstown and Pennsburg.
For more than 50 years, Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery has served its community with expert dental care, offering patients dental implants and a full menu of procedures for many types of dental problems, including bone grafting, wisdom teeth, impacted canines, facial trauma, jaw surgery, oral pathology, TMJ disorders, and sleep apnea. Get the smile you've always wanted. Contact Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery today.
62-58 is our final here as Pottsgrove gets out of here and in a hurry with a big win over the Trojans tonight in the first game of the Pac-10 season. And again, Pottsgrove did what they had to do. They shot 6 for 10 down the stretch from the foul line when they needed those points to pull it out.
In the fourth quarter, Dave, in a close game, and you know, we mentioned it on air, the team that it's going to be a free throw shooting contest, and the team that sinks more than the other team is going to come out top. Unfortunately for Pottstown, they dropped 4 or 5 critical free throws there at the end. My point is the key, I thought, to today's victory for Pottsgrove is when Coach Palladino extended that zone defense, turned it more or less into a half-court trap. Pottstown had difficulty making entry passes. They couldn't penetrate with the dribble drive like they did successfully most of the night and could not get to the basket. I thought that was critical with the free throws, but it was a great game, and the intensity level was end-to-end for both teams, you know, from the start to the end.
And on the other side, Pottstown had 4 guys in double digits, and really impressive was Larry Winko, the young sophomore off the bench, who really played a good game.
Larry Wingo kept Pottstown in it in the first half. Then his play had them extend the lead. They got a comfortable lead. That kid coming off the bench is going to be heard from this year, Dave. I think of all the players on both teams. Both of these teams are going to be very dangerous for their opponents. The opponents know it because you're not going to have an off night. You're going to have to play 90 feet of basketball against either team, and it was a great opener for you and I and for PCTV.
Well, it certainly was, and again, Coach Palladino's happy. His club goes to 1-0 in the league, 3-0 overall. Pottstown, unfortunately, 0-1 and 0-3. They will be back for more action here later. But for Tommy McGee, I'm Dave Ridenour. For all the people here at the PCTV Networks, again, it was Pottsgrove 62 and Pottstown 58.